Hey everybody, how's everybody doing today? Um, oh my God, this background. I'm sorry. Welcome to my Sunday live stream where we do photo editing live, and you can submit your images, and I edit them here live in Workspace or Lightroom, depending on the picture. And I'm sorry, I'm burping, but I just in between streams I had to wolf down something to eat. I'm so hungry. Um, Anyhow, also I put my picture out there for you guys to edit, and it's always fun seeing what you guys do with my images. And I try to put images out there that are, semi-interesting, not great shots, but you guys really make them amazing sometimes. So that's one of the favorite parts of the stream is watching or seeing your edits for me. And so let me go ahead and open up Workspace. We'll get started here. And let me change my background to, I don't know, a city. I messed up the background in the last live stream. Now I don't know. We're getting there. We'll have to live chat, then I can see who's here. Uh, make this a little larger. There we go. And this is not my picture, it's just some stock photo I found. Okay, let's see. Dave is here. Saw it to be fun. Awesome. Walter, hello. Image Writer, good to see you. Steve G, awesome. Nature. And Phil, good to see you. And let's see. Scott Mumford, Jonas, awesome. I thought I saw a mention here about Randy and maybe Bob. I haven't seen Bob yet. But Randy went out and take pictures with his 100 to 400. See if he can do a better job than he did yesterday, I guess. He bought the 100 to 400 from Olympus and was not impressed. And I'm not surprised because that is, he owns all the pro glass. The 40 to 150, the 300, f4, and I'm sure he's got the teleconverters too. And I'm like, the 100 to 400 is about range and versatility, right? Versus image quality, whereas the pro lenses he has are, if the focus is hardcore, I think that 300 is probably the sharpest lens ever. But okay, so let me go ahead and pull up the images. Yeah, Image Writer does great work. I agree, Dave. You all do good work though, and your images are awesome usually. Some of them are a little rough though, as you've seen. Where's the button here? Here we go. All right, let's start with the first one here, and we have, this is from Stephen Page, and he used the EM10 Mark III with the kit lens 1442 f6.3 1/125th. Yep, all good settings. Really tried to keep that ISO low, huh? Because your shutter speed is really slow. I can barely handhold 1/25th of a second. It's a little, at 1/60th, I'm pretty safe. If I'm conscious about it, 1/125th, I have to be like, like a statue. But I do get the shot usually at that speed. All right, wow, it's very Christmassy, very seasonal feeling, right? Um, yeah, great colors and everything. Let's pull this up. This outline is just showing that he was shooting 16:9 in camera. Um, but the raw image is always the full 4:3, right? Get my timer, and not much needs to be done here. I mean, I'm thinking we can do this, but this may be the wrong mood. Yeah, that's a little bit too strong. Maybe a pop art. Yeah, that looks good. And let's see if there's any other settings here I can turn on or off. Whoops, this one. We'll crank this. Oh, this is a JPEG already. Okay, I thought that was a raw image for some reason because it had the 16 by 9 outline. And just a minor keystoning error. Okay, and a slight tilt. And let's see. Maybe come off a little bit on the right. And I think we're good. A slight bump in the shadows here. And maybe just a slight warming and I'll be done. This image didn't need much. Because, you know, the straight out of camera from Olympus is already really good. Oh, hey, Bob, how are you? People were looking for you early on. I think that's it. That's all I need to do. It's already really good, so let's not jack it up anymore. But there's the original on the left, which is nice also, but I think the image on the right, still some keystoning. I hate that. Let me straighten it a little more. Fix this since I have an extra minute. Do a little more keystoning. All right, now we're good. Oh, it's still off. But anyway, you get the idea. And just a slight crop off the right side. And that's it. I think it looks really good otherwise. Okay, nice shot, Steven. And on the next one here, we have from Bob. A little oversaturated. Maybe, yeah, just a tad. I should have backed it off a little bit. I agree. I agree, Dave. Gosh, this is, let's see, EM1 Mark II with 12 to 60 at 60 millimeters f11. Yeah, f11's a little soft, usually. But you were trying, wow, you must have been like really close. Because at f11, there's still tons of bokeh back here. Interesting. Uh, this one, again, really doesn't need much. I'm going to go right back to a pop art. And I will back off the saturation some. We'll do that. And add some sharpness. I think we can turn this off because we're at ISO 200, so I don't need any noise filtering. And crop wise, I don't know if maybe a vertical might give it a little different look. Add some vignetting. And actually, you know what? Forget pop art. Let's do soft. And then bring some of the contrast back in. This way. Let's see. Nope. I think I was on the right track to begin with. I'll just add a little softness here. And just a slightly tighter crop. Okay, I'm gonna call it right there. Uh, yeah, Dave says I would crop in pretty solid to get the detail. Yep, I think that's a good idea. I think right there is good. I'm gonna call it there. Maybe I did back off the saturation a tiny bit. Maybe just back off this a little bit. All right. So there's a before and after. And yeah, I think, yeah, cropping in just to see more detail of the stickers, you know, the, what do you call it, the thorns and everything on these flowers. Man, like don't wear like nylon if you're going to be taking pictures like this because it'll snag and rip it apart. But okay, that looks good to me, I think. Um, oh, thanks. Thanks, Dave. And this one was a late submission actually from the other day that I didn't get to, from Steve H. And you're using the G9 from Panasonic, 25 millimeter prime, f5.616, ISO 1600. Wow, so you're, I like the idea here of this slow motion, right, or motion blur. And the lines are fairly straight, actually. So this must be going up a hill slightly. Um, yeah, I think right in here, like I don't need everything up here. I don't know if this adds any elements to it. What if we go this way? Let's make it a square. And then maybe a slight tilt. Oof, going totally the wrong way. Right there. Okay, close enough. And somebody in a kitchen here. All right, let's add some contrast. I mean, a soft black and white is good sometimes, actually. I just want to see what it looks like with some contrast. Maybe it just needs some sharpening. And crank in some dehaze. Let me redo this. Okay, good. Good texture now. Tiny bit of vignette. And Let's do a quick split tone. Give it kind of a cool color in the shadows. And in the highlights, we'll pull it back a little bit magenta. A little more. A little bit of yellows. I like it just a little bit cool. Okay, I'm gonna call it right there. Let's see. And so yeah, just more contrast. Pull out some of the detail. Crop out the windows up top because they're closed anyway with the blinds. I didn't feel like they were adding anything. You know, there's some sense of scale when you go vertical, but then I think the interesting part here is really everything going on right around this bus moving. And that's that you can see into the windows and you can see the trash sitting out front. So everything that is interesting about this scene is right there. So I just cropped in for that part of it. And then just added some toning, you know, just to taste. I think that looks pretty good. I'm not doing any kind of film style or experience. I just move the things around until I see what I like. uh, nothing in particular. All right. And then Adam is saying, I see Rob gravitates towards the square edit. Where does that come from? Is there a reasoning? No. No reason. I just, whatever I think looks right to me, I guess that's what I prefer is square. Um, like this one here should be square again, right? To me. Um, what is this? EM1 Mark II, 40 to 150 Pro with a teleconverter at 210 f4. Yep, good settings. This is a tough shot. Look at the ISO at 6400. So that's killing any detail on this bird. So what we have to do, and this is from Dragos, and the white balance, gosh, this is weird. It's almost like you used a flash. Let me see. Let me look. Did you use a flash on this? Manual process. Standard. Flash off. So you didn't fire it off the camera, but this lighting is weird. The way this bird is sort of a mildly different white balance than the rest of the scene. Uh, so yeah, definitely another square crop. And I debating if I need the reflection or not, but we'll keep it. And we'll add some vignette. And we need to fix the white balance. So we'll just do gray point. Let's try right there. I mean, this part of the bird should be blue. That's probably not the best place to pick up. Let me try there. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay. And then the ISO 6400 also washed out a lot of the colors. So let's just push them with pop art. And I don't think doing any kind of sharpening is going to help here. I mean, I might, let me just do, let's try a 2 and a 25. maybe a 30, just to give it a little bit of sharpening. Okay. And let's add some dehaze for the feathers. Maybe clarity, but I'm going to try dehaze first. Sometimes dehaze works well on birds like this, larger birds. Hopefully we can bring out some of the different tones or colors in the bird itself. And then just a tiny bit of clarity. Maybe, oh, I guess a lot more. Okay. Then let's back off some of the saturation. Do a slight tilt. And more vignette. I think that's it. Okay. Out of time anyway. It's still rendering, but I think this will come out pretty decent. Okay. So yeah, considering the ISO we were at, I think this came out pretty good. It's still rendering. We'll let that finish. You can see some of the detail has now come back in. All right, there we go. So yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Um, all right, not too bad. Okay, so where's a little strong on the sharpening, but I think as long as you're not punching in, you won't really see it. I could add a little noise reduction, but all right, let's go to, what is this? A TIFF file. I have to do this one in Lightroom. So I'll put a star there. Um, this is from Image Writer. Wow, this is an interesting scene. Um, EM10 Mark II, 8mm fisheye at 8mm f1.8. Okay, ISO 200. Yeah, all good settings. Let's see. Oops. Okay. All right, let me start editing here. There's some color back here. I don't know if there's enough to save. Let me see. I like that. And let's warm it up a bit. And let's try a little wider crop this time. A little tighter. And throw in this. And it looks like fisheye's already been applied. Maybe not. Let's just apply it. Oh, come on. Now you're going to jack up my crop? There. Okay, let's add some. Oops. Do this right here. A little noise reduction. And let's add some shadows back in. Light tilt this way. Hmm. Trying to see if I can bring out a little bit more color in the sky, but I'm kind of jacking up the snow. I'm not going to do that. Only other option would be, dang it, I'm almost out of time, but coming a little tighter. All right, I'm out of time. All right, so let's do before and after. And we're about, I'd say 80 to 90% there of what I would do with this image. Certainly, I think the white balance is just about right because now the snow looks white at least. Uh, but I would definitely spend a little more time on that sky, working with the colors individually, maybe in the color wheel, just to bring that out because that's a really interesting dynamic to this image. That's really what makes the image because otherwise it's not very interesting other than pulling this tree out. I would have gone a totally different direction with this if that sky wasn't the color it was. But because it was there, I had to work with that. So okay, I think that came out. It came out all right though. I mean, a little bit of noise I have to work on, but yeah. All right. Let's see what else we got here. This is from Lauren. See what you use today, Lauren. This is the Panasonic GX85. Okay, nice little pocket camera with no idea what lens. All right, let me look here. Oh, here we go. 25 millimeter lens. f7.1, ISO 400. Yep, all good settings. So let's fix the skewing error here, keystoning. Oh, thank you, nature. Let me see. I need to come out. Well, let's straighten it first. Okay. And let's see, Lauren is going for this angle here. But this is not leading to anything interesting, so I'm going to go vertical again. And just focus on, I like this, well, maybe right there. Yikes, that's terrible. Let's go wider and lower. Um, yeah, sometimes you can overcorrect, right? This one wasn't too bad with the keystoning errors. Usually they look really weird when you're pointing the camera way up and you have this very sharp point and then you try to correct for it. That's when they look weird. But this one wasn't too bad. Let's go a little bit gritty. I mean, I think we can go almost like a painting, like, yeah, a vignette, a little bit of, I wish I could darken this a little more. I bet the haze will do it. Let's see. Oh, Phil, keystoning is like when you have converging lines because you pointed the camera up at an angle. Like you're taking a picture of a tall building, the building will look almost like a pyramid. So that's a keystone error because of the sensor, the plane of the sensor is different than the plane of the subject. So what you do is you correct the keystoning error by doing, in software doing that. That's all. Uh, let's see. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I like these really painterly colors. I'm wondering if I go a little bit warmer, maybe. Let me see what that looks like. More cinematic. Uh, it's okay. Pull the sharpness back. If I go all the other way. Yeah. All right. I'm out of time, but let's see. Um, there we go. Just mainly just going wider, cropping off the left. I know I saw someone say crop off this left side, but I kind of like this reflection um, over here. Because you can see a little boat right in here. I don't know if you guys can see it on your screen, but I like this reflection so you know that this is on a pier, right? And then just going hardcore on the colors, making it almost like a painting, but it's still a photograph. I think that looks good, just I really like this. Like I said, now you should be able to see this reflection, right? Um, so it's almost surreal looking. But as usual, another great image. Okay, let's see what we have here. Oh, thank you, Dave. Thank you, Walter. We have here, Wow, an old E510 with a 40 to 150 kit. F4 1/100th. Yep, all good settings. Um, and let me just get a feel for this scene. Um, okay, I'm gonna do a vertical here. So I'm gonna go. It's over here. Just gonna try and balance the scene a little bit. Yeah, I like that. All right. I wish this wasn't here, but okay. And then some sharpening, turn this off. Yeah, watch your noise filter in your camera there, Scott. It's a little bit, the last few pictures, I think it's always been turned to high, which, yeah, you don't need that when you're at base ISO, especially. And I think, I feel like there's no filter here for me this time, but I pull in a little vignette and we warm this up to about 7,000. A little bit of magenta. No colors. Dehaze. Clarity. Light tilt. And a little bit here. I need to get rid of this. Okay. Some more vignette. Just adjust the reds a little bit. I want this green to be greener and this red to be redder. Struggling a little bit. I can't do the greens and the reds at the same time here. All right. Let's. Oh, I'm out of time. Okay. All right. So this was my thinking here. Uh the scene was just out of balance on the original image. So I just tried to balance it. So I did a vertical here on the right side where this rock kind of balances this rock, and then this shadow area just balances with the rest of this. I don't know why over here it just felt so heavy with this big bright area, this big bright area. This all felt just out of balance to me. So just cropping it balanced it. And then now we can see more of the detail too in the rocks and this algae growing on it. And then of course, just adjusting the colors to bring out the individual colors a little better, I think worked well. So that was my thought. Um, okay, let's see. Oh, thanks, Scott. Let's see. This is from Peter Adi. Oh, look at that. A couple people right under the tree. And let me look at this full screen. What is this up here? This is a fort, like an old fort or something. Interesting. Wow, what's up here? There's all kinds of things going on in this image. Ah, so we need to focus on something. I'm gonna go vertical again. So I don't know if I can save this couple or not. Hmm. Just the balance here is all off. Hmm. Dang, workspace cut off. All right. Yeah. Why does workspace keep landscaping my crop here? I'll come in tighter. All right, there we go. Now I only got a minute left for everything else. Um, let's see. All right. That might be too strong. So I'm going to turn that back off. I don't know if the colors are worth saving. I feel like a monochrome. Oh, out of time. All right. Ah, okay, so let's see what happened. Um, yeah, again, it was just the picture was just way out of balance. Um, so heavy on the left side. So I think just minimizing it down to the couple, you know, this tree and these rocks just have more weight now. And I did the best I can with the colors, and I spent too much time cropping the image. I ran out of time to actually edit it, but there we go. I like the vertical. Still gives a sense of scale, I think. Okay. Let's see what we have here. From Steve G. Wow, we have an amazing rainbow shot. Wow. These are tough to bring out too. So, and what did we use? The EM1 Mark II, 12 to 100 Pro, 31 millimeters. Wow, F13, that's too high. That's going to make the details very soft. But other than that, the settings are good. But yeah, I guarantee you, this is softer than it should be with that lens. Um, oh, is this like a real lake or is this? Yeah, it is. Why? It's like a little bit dried out though. I feel like it should be, maybe not. Hmm. Let's um, let's get out of low key. Let's see if Vivid can bring out the rainbow a little bit. Throw the sharpness back in. And let's try a wider crop. Yeah, the lake was low. Okay, yeah, it looks low. It looks low to me. Um, but we can crop right there. I don't like these trees here though. I can frame a little better. That'll be fine. All right. Let's see if the haze. Yeah, that did help the rainbow. And a little bit of clarity. All right, let's see if we can white balance this a little bit or shift the tones. Just go to standard daylight. Uh, okay. And these blues, I can make them a little more teal. Uh, a little more. Oof, jacked it up a little bit. Oh, out of time. All right. I jacked up the colors just a little bit. It's too late. All right, let's see what the before and after looks like. Um, all right, so yeah, just cropped in a little bit and dehazed, basically. Uh, I think the wider crop works. It makes the rainbow look a little bit wider, or longer, I should say. And I wish I could have brought out a little more brightness in the clouds, but all right, fair edit, not great. You think the clouds came out awesome? They're okay. Uh, I'm not that excited about this edit. I don't think it was great. All right, let's see. This is interesting. It's kind of a weird place to have fog because there's not a cloud in the sky. So this might be smoke from a fire, is what I'm thinking. This is from Daniel. EPL8 14 to 42 kit lens, f3.5. Yep, that all looks good. Um, oh, thanks, Walter. Yeah, this feels like more like smoke from a fire than it does some kind of mist, right? So let's see. Let's just cut through it a little bit with the haze and tiny bit of clarity. And I think crop wise, I think 16 by 9 or vertical. Let's see. That looks weird. Okay, I like that. All right. And just give it a little more contrast. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, John. A square crop. I'm all self-conscious about a square crop now because somebody was saying I always do a square crop. Now I'm all self-conscious about it. But I think we're okay with a vertical. Uh, what is this a cabin? It's just weird looking. Ugh, I have no colors here to adjust, so maybe go to blue, pull it back. That's a lot of work for clarity. Get a little more yellowish. Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. I think, let me look at the before real quick. Yeah, I think I'm good. I mean, a little tighter crop off the bottom might not hurt. Oh, come on, workspace, stop doing that. No, gosh, I like the crop I had before. Somewhere about there. All right, we'll call it. There. Let that render out, and I think we're good. Um, I'm still not happy with this crop, but we'll have to call it here. At least now you can see some of the details of this cabin and the mountain through all the fog, or not fog, but I think that's probably smoke. I can't believe that's fog or a cloud, because there's not a cloud in the sky from this perspective. Um, but okay, that's what I would do. Um, let's see, we have a flower here from John and TG6. Wow, okay. He was asking me about some settings for TG6. So, I think all I need to do here, definitely square it, center it. I'm in a little tighter, then vignette the heck out of it. And let's do some sharpening. Turn off this noise filter. And let's pump up some color, maybe a little dehaze for some more contrast, clarity. Pump up the color. We'll go low key. And I think let's try 6,000 on the white balance. He sent the wrong picture. Which one is wrong? Yeah, red is tough. It is tough. I agree. Um, timer, Rob. Yep. Okay, let's turn this sharpness off. It's just bringing too much noise in without adding really any sharpness. Okay. Oh, I didn't turn my timer on, but that's okay. I'm almost done. Okay, I think that's it. Uh, the only other thing is maybe a soft filter. Let me just eyeball that real quick. Yeah, that actually works. Then we can pull this in a little bit more. Okay. That's it. So there's the before and after. And yeah, I think it's a little bit too warm. Once you get them side by side, you see this, right? Let's try 5800. All right, let's try that. Let that render out. Because that flower, this rose is probably closer to this like pinkish color than it is red. But yeah, just crop in square and vignette. A little tighter crop might not have been a bad idea, but I think that worked out okay. Okay, you got the right one now? Okay, Phil, I'll look at it. This one, yeah, we did this. Is this the one, Phil, you don't want me to do, or is this the one you want me to do? Let me look real quick. Yeah, this is right. It's weird, the thumbnail is different. Okay, so this is the right one. So we did this on a EM10 Mark II with a kit lens 41. Yep, good settings as usual. Let's see what the colors look like. Ooh, man, this is gonna be hard. I like everything here. Maybe. Okay. Just gonna go right here. And not sure if that's gonna be the right one or this one. No, you know why it's black and white, Phil, is because I think the because you named it exactly the same name file, Workspace has the sidecard file with all the edits I did on your last image. That's why the thumbnail looked like that robot and all of that. It's just, I think it's just a caching issue. Let's see. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Going nice and vintage. And just let's just pull this back. Yeah, let's bring this back in and some clarity. Let me reset this. Yeah, that's the original. Okay, a little bit of straightening. Off. I think that's it. Maybe just a little bit more in the shadow. There. All right. So, this is weird. The original image is actually, I don't know why. Well, anyway, I don't know why the crop is not showing. I have to clear out my cache or something. But this vertical, I think, gets rid of everything that's not important, right? And then the processing to taste. But now we have all the signs in the picture, which is the most interesting thing in this giant chicken, right? I wish you guys could see this original image here. What if I have a full reset, but I don't want to do that yet. Here's the original image. I just reset everything. But that's the original image. So, you know, from what I did before, I cropped out the right and left basically, and the bottom here, and just focused in right here where all the signs are. Okay, let's go into Lightroom. Oh, Lightroom is really slow today. Let me close this down. And let's go to viewer edits and synchronize. All right. Getting there. We're getting there. And see if I missed anything. All right, so I need to do this one. And this one. Hold on. This one, this one. This one. On those. All right, good. So we have from Dave Nelson, Canon 20D at f9, ISO 110 millimeters. Okay, that's fair. Fair settings. Now these are definitely clouds and mist and not smoke. What's over here? Oh, it's really amazing shot here. I'm not sure. Maybe just come in tighter. And click auto and auto. Oh, okay. Mount Hood, Oregon, windy, foggy day. That makes sense. And these highlights though, they're gone. So I'm gonna go black and white. There's just not enough color left to deal. And less on the blacks. Little vignette, and we'll call it. And maybe some split tone. See, let's do, what do we got? Shadows. I want to do maybe some warmer tones. And then the highlights, some cooler tones. The tones can stay a little bit warm. Okay, let's brighten this up a little bit more. Okay. Oh, I clipped the highlights a little bit too much. There we go. I think I'll leave it there before I get too carried away. Oh, thank you guys. So, and reset, and then compare. So there you have it. Yeah, I think the square crop works well here, and you know, just some editing. It's a little bit soft. Maybe just bring a little bit more, a little more texture in. It's a little bit soft, but it looks okay otherwise. Okay, yeah, it's a great shot though. Um, let's see. Wow, this looks familiar. Um, this is from Alberto. Okay, Alberto. So it's same shot, but just different angle and no other photographers. So we need to we just need to get this tungsten out. But this is much later because there's hardly any blue sky. Yeah, there's nothing there. It's a little bit back here. I'm just gonna work with it ISO 800 18mm f3.5. It's going to work with it really bright for now, just so I can compose it a little bit. And let's try 4x5. I haven't seen DeMorkin today. Caught your own shadow down here, it looks like. I think this tree and this boat is all I need. Crop right about there. Yeah, DeMorkin must be working. That's funny. Let's pull back some of the noise. And do black and white. Some dehaze. Save the highlights. Yeah, I know. And I went through all the trouble with the white balance, right? And then I just go black and white. But oh well, doesn't matter. I mean, the white balance is still having an effect, I think. If I shift it here, you can see it's changing the image. So I'm just going to leave it where it was. But I do want to shift that green color a little bit and just add a little bit more denoise here. Yeah, that's good enough. All right. Now, let's shift the exposure down slightly. Hard to push the shadows when, yeah, that's not going to work. Where's my, here it is, color. What if I do auto? Okay, I'll start with auto, but I want to bring that tree, down just a little bit. All right. And split tone it a tiny bit. Let's see. Let's make the darker colors. I guess blue. Yeah, and then we'll make the highlights yellow. Midtones blue. Yeah, I'm not doing sepia. I just want the highlights to have just a little bit of yellow in them, though. Right, right in there. I'm gonna keep the shadows definitely in the blue cyan type range. Oh, I'm out of time. All right, so sorry about that. Hold on. Let's do before and after. Okay, reset. There. Oh, how come does it need to render? Hold on. Let me get that to render. All right, there we go. I need to crush the blacks a little bit more. But I think, yeah, well, too late now. I need to crush the blacks a little bit more. It's a little bit too light, but I think other than that, it came out pretty good. You know, we don't need the street light and everything else back there. I mean, if the boat was at the end of the road, yeah, maybe go that route on the left side of the image. But since there's nothing over there, other than the leading line to nothing, I think going with the boat is the better way to go. All right, let's see what we have here. Oh, thank you, John. Ooh, wow, this is an interesting image. This is on an iPhone from Hugh Perry. Oh, I think Hugh was in the live stream today telling me he was going to send me an iPhone picture. Okay, let me auto there, auto here. Let me just kind of get to where Lightroom thinks it's okay. Auto here. And I think the highlights are definitely gone. Yeah, there's nothing there. So, can definitely let's try and get a very strong golden hour kind of look. And crop wise, there's some interesting elements here. I like this. Okay. I'm going to go vertical. Right here. I like what's back here. This bridge, I guess there's a bridge back here. And since the sky is all blown out, there's no sense in keeping the rest of the image. And just seeing more blown out sky. I'm just really gonna push some of the elements here. All right. Okay. Yeah, I did the auto fix on the keystoning already. So that's why there's no keystoning. In case you missed it. So I'm gonna make the highlights a little more yellow. Maybe orange. Not red, but right in there. And then the shadow's a little cooler. Just to separate that a little bit more. Right in there. And midtones, maybe yellowish. Now let's go a little bit green. Just a tiny bit green. I think I'm good. Oh, I don't like that green. Stop it. It's stuck. A little bit more blue here. All right, I'm done. So reset and compare. All right, so there's the before and after. Um, so yeah, this thing here was distracting. This was distracting, and this is all blown out. There's just nothing interesting on the left side. Everything is over here with the stairs here to this bridge to this ladder to the way the light's hitting the individual stairs and everything. I think I'm sorry, the right side is the more interesting part of the image, not the left side. The left side is just a mess. Um, so you know, and the bridge here, I really like this bridge. So this is a really interesting picture just by itself. The vertical, I think the vertical works. But all right, let's oh, thank you, John. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Dave. I try. I try, you know. Sometimes some are better than others, right? What are you going to do? Um, let's see. We have Panasonic G81, probably a 25 millimeter. Yeah, f1.7 from Dawood. Okay. I haven't seen you live, Dawood. I guess you're catching these after the fact. What's that say? Rats shank. Rat shank. Interesting. All right, so if we develop, um, let's just click auto here. Wow, this is going to be a tough edit. Um, feel like another vertical. Dang it. Okay. And take some noise out. Oh, you did say hello in the beginning. I'm sorry, I missed it, Dawood. Or forgot. My bad. Uh, right there. Somebody Hayes. Need mostly shadows brought in, right? Right about there. Where's my, this, okay. And now let's brighten the whole image up. Whoops. Need a little bit more right in here. Okay. And just a brush. All right, we're getting there. Uh, let's add some. Let me just look at the whole thing again. Crush the blacks a little bit more. And oops, not that much. Just need a little less tungsten here. This is a little bit too yellow, too warm there. About 25, that's good. Oh, out of time. All right, so let's see. Create virtual copy. And did that work? Yeah. There. Oh, wait. Reset. Compare. All right. So Dawood's not liking it. Yeah, so I can see too bright maybe. Um, but, you know, this is what I would do with it. So you can kind of see everything's going on because in the left image, you can't read anything. Um, at least on the right, you can kind of make out what's going on in the door. You know, like right in here. So I think this is a little more interesting because now you can see what's on the door. Uh, but there's a lot of noise in the image because it was just a little bit underexposed. So I would have exposed this a little brighter, like exposed to the right, so to speak, and then brought it back down to whatever luminance I needed, if that were possible. But I think your settings are pretty tight already, 1/60th of a second. So yeah, you're pretty much stuck. If you got a tripod, yeah, you would have been able to do a little lower ISO, but as is handheld, I think that's a good job. Okay, yeah, and then obviously in the original image, you know, all of this is just not necessary. It's just repeating what we already have right in the middle, so that's why I cropped it in so tight. Okay, let's look at, um, man, you guys sent some great images in this week. Look at all these. Um, let's look at the viewer edits. And let me show you the original real quick. Okay, so there's the original image. As you can see, a little bit dark. And I think, yeah, this was my Pen F and kit lens, I think. But, you know, I tried to underexpose a little bit for the sky because I wanted to try to recover all that later. My edit was okay. Nothing, I didn't really work too hard on that edit, but let's see what you guys did. Okay, yeah, good job. See? So I exposed mostly to the left on this image, actually, if you think about it, right? Uh, but yeah, this is good. Brought all the colors back. Who did this one? This was from Alberto. Okay, Alberto, good job. Yeah, nice and clean edit. Good crop. I like how you cropped the bottom out from the original. All good work here. Good work. And yeah, Bob did a good job. Bob is very conscious of his corners, right? So he got this corner right, which is, and then just cropped in on the main subject because, yeah, the original image being so wide, there wasn't a lot of more information. You can get everything you need right here from the image. So I think this is a good, clean, you know, tight edit that really just does everything you need for this image. And then this one here, this is a nice wide crop, 16 by 9 from Dragos. Good job, Dragos. Or Dragos, I'm sorry. Good job recovering the highlights and pulling the shadows. And, you know, just, you know, wider crops like this give you a sense of scale, right? Um, that this is on a farm with lots of land around it. So that's kind of the difference between a tight crop like what Bob did versus this. I think this gives you more scale that this is on a big farm. But yeah, this is a very good edit too. Nah, this has got to be Dave. I'm guessing. Let me see. Joni. Oh my God, Joni. I'm way off. I don't know. I saw flames, so immediately I thought Dave Nelson. But this is awesome. This is kind of like what do you call it? The Spy Who Shagged Me kind of feel to it. It's just comical that you have a missile coming out of a silo, right? But it's a silo for corn. Yeah, had to be done. Minuteman launch. That's awesome. Awesome edit. And of course, good job on everything else, right? Good job on the shadows and highlights and everything. Good clean edit. All right, this is a more painterly soft edit. So this has more of a painting type feel, right? Looks like somebody's sitting down with an easel, painting this scene. That's what this looks like, or the feeling I get. Good job, image writer. Yep, looking good. I like this. Dreamy, that's a good word. Yeah, I like it though. Um, very relaxing image versus this. This is very tense, right? Because look how crisp the details are, and the shadows are very harsh. So you got this very intense scene versus, you know, everything's a lot softer here, much warmer. Good. I mean, there's you know, it's hard to tell when you're looking at this image by itself, you know, but there's a lot that went into this by being a little bit cooler in tone, harsher shadows and crisper details versus this one, much warmer tone, softer details, you know, much more relaxing, right? But yeah, this is a good job. And this is kind of going for the same thing, but a little bit more, oh, shoot. Every time at the end of the stream, near the end, right? Man, the coffee wears off like every time. Image writer. So image writer, basically you just added some more contrast here, right? Oh my God, you can see the giant sensor spot. I gotta clean my pen F. That sensor spot has been there for years apparently, and I've never cleaned it. Because this picture is about 2 years old, and I think the sensor spot I still have it on my camera because from the pictures I took last week. And this is from Stephen Page. Wow, this is very dark. It's almost like this is moonlight instead of a sunlight, based on how cool this image is. So I think if you want a little further, crap, I'm sorry, excuse me. If you went a little bit further with this editing, you could have definitely got a moonlight kind of effect to it. Definitely. Because it's definitely, we're not sunlight anymore. It looks more like moonlight to me. So it's almost there. Just crush the blacks a little more, make it look more like night. And this could have been like a moonlight type shot. And let's see. This one here, yeah, good crop. Again, just cropping in on what's the information in the picture informationally. And I think the editing is very calming as well, very soft. John follows. Okay, good job. Nice and warm. Still a hint of too much green or blue in this. I think it's the green, kind of a greenish yellow, at least on my monitor. So I would, and this is something I'm going to do a video on soon, is about color calibrating your monitors. Because you could be editing this and seeing exactly what you want. Then when I look at it on my monitor, I see this greenish tint to it. So, I'm going to do a video on color calibrating monitors so we can all at least be closer to seeing the same colors and contrast and everything. Okay, it's a nice edit, good clean edit. And this is a good edit too, I think. Brought in the highlights and everything. Good details. Yeah. This was from Steve. Okay, Steve, good job. Good job on the editing. Brought up the shadow detail really well. So I think yeah, I think this is good. I mean, this is pretty close to the original image in terms of crop and everything. So maybe experiment with some cropping a little bit on this, but the processing is good. It's not distortion. It's the hill. It's a hill. If I remember correctly, I was coming down a hill when I took this picture out of my car. I think I took this out of my car window, I think. This picture. One of my drive-by photography. Oh, this is cool. This got to be DeMorcan. I'm just guessing because he's always doing this fake light. Like he's adding light in where there wasn't light before. But this is a really cool edit too. See, this is what I mean about like the edit that I forget who it was. This moonlight kind of look to it instead of sunlight. This image kind of nailed it in that respect. Now I don't know what this is here, but this I get. Yeah, it's a cool edit, right? Let's see who this was. Oh, Marcel. God, I keep saying DeMorcan. It's always Marcel. It's like the Miata, Miata's always the answer. When I see an image like this, Marcel is always the answer, I don't know why I keep saying DeMorcan. It's Marcel. Okay. Yeah, ET phone home, right? That's right, with the finger. Yep, I see that. All right. Good black and white processing and composited in some seagulls or birds flying. But the problem with this scene is, you're not near the water or anything, so why are there seagulls flying? I guess if you had black crows or something, that'd have been perfect. Black crows kind of composited in. But the birds are still a nice touch, I think. And of course, good processing. And you kind of move the sun up here into the top right corner instead of, the sun is actually down here lower, you know, based on the shadows, right? But you move the sun up here. So yeah, it works overall. Who is this? Serge. Okay, Serge, good job. The seagulls fly inland and eat grain. Oh, okay. And Dave is saying the same thing. Seagulls can be found 50 miles inland. Wow. Yeah, this is about 50 miles inland. I mean, this is pretty far in. At least 50 miles, if not more, from the coastline. But in any case, nice edit, Serge. Good job. Oh, this is really cool. Nice vintage look to it. And I see this, the silo here where you got the light. This, I see this is white now from the other image. But this is a good edit. Just focusing on the silo and the action going over there. Let's see. This is from Phil. Okay, Phil, good job. I like this. Very it's you nailed it, I think, in terms of giving us that vintage photography kind of look. It looks really good. Oh my God, Randy is here. Um, how's it going? We're just doing the viewer edits right now. So this was my Pen F with a kit lens, I think. I don't know if it's the X, if the X has been pulled off here, but good job, Phil. And oh, this is a good 16 by 9 crop again, you know, with the black and white editing. And yeah, this looks good. Nice and clean. Needs a little tilting, a little bit. Let's see. This is from Scott. Okay, Scott, good job. I like the black and white processing. And very similar crop to Bob's. He started right down here in this corner and went around and just captured this main. I think Bob's was a little bit wider, a little wider crop than this one, but pretty similar. And wow, this is nice. You know, I've been partial to square crops lately. I don't know why, but this is a good crop. Got rid of all the blown stuff. Well, a little bit left here, but good job. I like this. It's a very clean and simple edit, right? With the white border. I like this. Um, yeah, smooth, right? Oh, Marcel, how you doing? We were just you know, enjoying your last edit of my picture. Good job on that. Let's see, this is from Dawood. Okay, Dawood, good job. I really like this one. I think this might be my favorite. Alexa's losing her mind out in the. I have to see what's going on. Um, yeah, I like this one, Dawood. This one's my favorite, I think. Okay, you shot with the 100 to 403. Did you upload it just now? I'll take a look. Randy. Oh, this is a mirror image here. This has got to be Dawood again. This is very vintage vintage kind of look to it, but yeah, this is Dawood, right? Yeah. I don't I don't know why you reversed it. It's pretty much the same image either way. It's just different processing, right? Oh, it's still in camera? Yeah, we'll have to you'll have to put them on the forum or something, or maybe upload them and we can talk about them in the next stream. I don't know. We'll see if you want to. Um, or you have your own Flickr page. I don't know why I'm asking you to upload them. Put them on your own Flickr page. I'll check them out. There we go. Wow, okay. Anyway, yep. I like the editing. I don't see the point of doing a mirror image, but I like the editing. And dark table again. Yep. Good edit. I like this edit. It's but again, I don't know why you mirrored it, but it is a nice, really nice crop. I like this crop a lot, actually. So you've been cropping really. These are really nice. I like the crop more than everything else about it. It's a little bit too grainy here. I think remove some of the grain, it'll look all right. And yep, good clean black and white edit. I don't like this one as much as the other ones you did, that one square one. But good black and white editing here. Yeah, the flow is different when mirrored. Yeah, this image here definitely has a different flow to it, even though it's mirrored. But I'll have to experiment with that myself. I don't normally mirror things. But yeah, this is clean. And wow, this is a really punchy black and white in a wide crop. Too much sky for my taste, but I like it overall. This is from Hugh. Okay, Hugh, good job. Yeah, nice pop to it, right? It definitely is in your face as soon as you open it up. Oh, yeah, compared to this, which is a very soft, low contrast, this one is very punchy. Wow, these are some great ideas. I'll have to, I don't know why, but because it's not particularly a great edit, but I really like everything about this image here. Well, what I mean by not great, not difficult to edit this image. This was not a difficult edit, is what I should say, but it was really, I think it's really good. And then of course the effect is really cool, right? So I think this has the coolest effect. And then everyone else's edits were very clean, very good. This was hilarious. So yeah, the square crop really focuses the attention, right? Yeah. But I think out of all the ones, uh, I have to say this was my favorite one today from Dawood. I mean, may not be your favorite, but it was definitely, whoops, definitely my favorite for the day. So Dave Nelson's edit. I can synchronize this. Let me go back. There's still some edits missing here. Let me look. I'll look before I go. Hold on. Um, oh yeah, I see. There's a bunch here that came in. All right, let me download this. Give me a second. There's one from Kilowin. And T. Lim, Walter, and then one from this. This is, I think I did this one. Yes, Scott's. I'll download it again just to be sure. Yeah, I did. No, I did Scott's. And Timothy has another, like, I'm gonna have to do this. Timothy, Hanko, and Jose. I'll have to do those on Tuesday. I'm not gonna make it today. So let me resynchronize this folder. Yeah, Timothy and Jose sent in images to be edited online, but I'm not gonna make it. I've just kind of run out of steam today. I got a billion things to do this afternoon too. All right, so 3 more images. Let's see. This one is from T. Lim. Okay. Wow, good clean black and white edit. With just, it has kind of a hint of sepia or something in it. Looks like. Um, but yeah, I like it. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Too much sky. I would have done a little narrow crop, but um, looks good. And then, whoops, this one, nice warm, very soft. This has a, oh hey Walter, this is Walter's. This has a very more of a cinematic feel to it, right? With the teal kind of blues and the oranges down here in the grass. So yeah, again, I like a wider crop. This just too much sky for me in this in the way I composed it in the original image. Yeah, good clean edit. And then last but not least, um, wow. So we did a little lens flare, and this is more of a golden hour type look. But I like how you just forced the lens flare in and the sun instead of having like an obviously blown out sky. You just put the sun in there, so it looks a little more natural, I think. I kind of like that. Kind of. There's something still a little bit off that I can't put my finger on. I think the lens flares maybe should be more oval shape or something. I don't know. There's something slightly off. But I like the direction it's going overall. And the processing is really good. Brought up the shadows and brought the highlights in. This is from Kiloin. Okay, Kiloin, good job. Okay, now I have to go. So you guys, thanks so much for sending your images in for me to edit. There was a couple there that I couldn't get to today because they were sent in after the stream had started, unfortunately. But I'll do them on Tuesday. And as always, I appreciate you editing my photos. Lots of great edits there. I always learn something from you guys as well. And so I appreciate that. I'll do something on Tuesday. But thanks again for joining me today, and we'll catch you guys again next week.